Hello and welcome to our Yoga for Parkinson's. These sessions are designed for anyone with Parkinson's at any stage in your journey. My name is Edie Deane and this is Cheryl, and Cheryl will be offering our poses on a mat and I'll be demonstrating them in the chair. Before we get started, just real quick, if you have a chair that allows your feet to be completely flat on the floor and has a back to it, that would be very beneficial. And perhaps if you have a yoga block, that would be fabulous. But if you don't, perhaps you have like a cushion from your couch, patio furniture, something that's a little bit firm that can allow you to either put your hands or perhaps your feet on it, and we'll describe that as we go. So to get started, let's get in a nice, easy seated position. If you're in a chair, perhaps you sit back just a bit, feet are flat on the floor, about hips width distance apart. And if you're on your mat, you can of course have your hands just resting on your thighs or maybe in your lap, either way. And let's shut our eyes down for a moment. And to begin, let's just focus a little bit on our breathing. So we breathe in through our nose, and we breathe out through our nose. And just become present to where you are now, on the mat or the chair. Let any to-do lists or should-have-done lists just float away. Feel the floor, the chair beneath your hips, and the air on your skin. And breathe. Bring your awareness to your body. How does it feel? With no judgment, just observe. And perhaps lengthen your inhale through your belly, up through your ribs and into your chest. And then reverse as you exhale, bringing it down through to your belly. Belly button pulls in and back. And again, breathe in. All the way up, and then breathe out. As you return to your normal breathing, perhaps set an intention for your time today. You have a theme of opening today, opening hips, perhaps openness, whatever serves you. And gently open your eyes, and I just want to remind you that any time during our practice, if a pose is something you'd like to hold a bit longer, this is recorded, you could pause it. Or if a pose is not serving you, then of course, this is your practice. And for those who might have balance issues or experience some dizziness, please be cautious for poses that bring your head below your waist. And if it would benefit you, perhaps be near a wall if you're on a mat for support. So let's begin. Inhale your arms up and over your head. Very good. And exhale, let's bring them back down. Big breath. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in and up. And then exhale, back down. Inhale one more time, our arms come up, but as we exhale, let's turn to the right, bringing our right hand behind us and our left hand to our right thigh. Breathing in and out. And then inhale, let's come back to center. Bringing the arms up, and this time exhale to the left, right hand to left thigh, arm behind you. And out. Inhale in through center. And exhale to the right again. Just warming the spine up a little. Inhale up. And to the right, left. Right hand to left thigh. Inhale your arms up all the way to the sky. This time, as you exhale, drop your left hand down to your side and then lean to the left. As a variation, you can take your left hand and put it on your right thigh as you lean. And then inhale back up and drop your right arm. And let's inhale both arms back up. And this time, let's drop our right hand. And then we can lean over to the right, keeping our shoulder open on the left. And then inhale back up, arms come back down, and we'll repeat it one more time. Inhale up, left hand comes down, stretch, and inhale all the way back up. Arms come down, inhale up, right hand drops, over to the right. And inhale, left arm up and down. Very good. Inhale, both arms up. And we're gonna drop our hands just shoulder height in front of us. And then inhale the fingers to the sky. Exhale all the way through to the floor. Inhale up, and then exhale through to the floor. One more time. Exhale through to the floor. And then return to center and create fists. And rotate your fists one direction. And then let's rotate the opposite direction. Very good. And then inhale, big star hands. Exhale, and then like a bird's beak, pull them together. Inhale out. Exhale, pinch. Inhale out. Exhale, pinch, and drop your shoulders. Now let that tensed our shoulders a little bit, so let's roll those. We're gonna inhale back with the shoulder and up, and we're gonna exhale forward and down. Inhale back and up. Exhale forward and down. One more. To the back and up. And then forward and down. Let's reverse that. Now inhale forward and up, back and down, forward and up and back and down. And one more, forward and up and back and down. While we're sitting with a nice straight spine, we want to feel as if we have a string sort of in our middle of our head, bringing it up towards the ceiling so we're nice and tall. With that, let's inhale in. And as we exhale, just drop your right ear to your right shoulder gently. And feel the weight of the head just moving to the right very gently. For those who might want more intensity, you can inhale your right hand up and very gently just put it above your left ear. Without pulling, just a little weight. And then release and come back to center. And then inhale, nice straight sitting. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Feel the weight. Breathe into the right side of your neck. And then for a little added intensity, bring the left hand up, fingertips above the ear. Breathing in and breathing out. Then release. come back to center. We'll inhale tall, and then exhale looking to the right while keeping our shoulders facing forward. Then inhale back through center. Exhale and turn to the left. Inhale back through center. One more time to the right. As we exhale, shoulders remain still. Inhale through center. Then exhale to the left. And inhale back through center. Now for those that are on a mat, make your way to tabletop. So what we want to do here, if you're on your mat, is have your wrists directly below your shoulders and your knees directly below your hips. And Cheryl's showing that if you were to have some knee issues, that you could put a blanket under your knees so it's not quite so intense. For those of us in the chair, we're going to have our hands on our knees. And we're going to do some poses called cat-cow. So to begin with, we'll exhale our current breath, and then as we inhale, we're going to drop our belly towards the floor if you're on the mat, and we're going to reach back with our shoulders head up for cow, and then we're going to exhale and tuck our tailbone in our head and roll our shoulders up like a cat. And then we're going to inhale and go back, head up, arched back, and then we're going to exhale, roll, tailbone down, head down. Inhale one more time, shoulders back, arched back, and exhale, roll like a howling cat. Good. Now for those in the mat, if you'll tuck your toes and inhale your way up to downward dog, Cheryl will show you that. We want the hips coming back and up. We want a straight spine, and we're working with our head between our arms. And you might walk your dog out a little bit just to kind of feel the stretch in your calf and in your Achilles. And for those of us in a chair, we can put our prop here, inhale our arms up to the sky, and we'll come down, placing our hands on our prop. Nice long back. Breathing in and out. When you find stillness in your dog, if you're on your mat, you can look up and very gently walk to the front of your mat into just forward fold. Deeply bent knees will help relieve the lower back pressure. And then inhale, place your hands on your knees and very gently with your back, just straighten up to stand. And when you reach the top, let's roll our shoulders back and down into mountain. And now our feet are about hips width distance apart. Our shoulders are relaxed as well as the shoulder blades down, and our palms are facing forward. And let's take a deep breath in and out through our mouth. Let's inhale our arms up to the sky. And then bring your hands through heart center and exhale, bending your knees and very gently forward fold. Letting your head relax. Maybe shake it yes, shake it no. And then inhale, putting your hands back onto your knees or thighs and gently stand back up, hands down into mountain. Inhale your arms up. And those of you on the mat, step back with your left foot into warrior one. And those of us in a chair, we will turn to the right. Our arms are up, our shoulders are relaxed. We're feeling a stretch in our left hip flexor. And as we stand here, we're also wanting to make sure our knee is tracking with our ankle, and we're not rolling in or out. And breathe in and out. And then inhale and turn your hips now to the side. Arms out at the shoulders. We're now in warrior two. And here we want to feel the right knee that's bent, tracking towards the outside or pinky toe of your foot. rather than collapsing in. And our back leg is extended. And if you're on a mat, you'd find that it was parallel to the back of your mat. Now inhale, flip your right palm, and exhale, and just lean a bit back towards the left leg, looking up, stretching your right side. Breathe in and out. Inhale back up through center. And as you exhale, bend your right elbow, place it on the right thigh, and the left arm shoots by the left ear. And keep that awareness on the right leg that it's not collapsing in. And then inhale back up through center. And then as we exhale, let's turn. For those in a mat, you'll want to face the side of your mat with your legs wide and your arms up, much in a star pose. And for those in the chair, we'll sit with our legs. And we have goddess feet, so our feet are turned out towards the edges of our mat. We'll inhale and reach. And as we exhale, let's squat down into goddess and place our hands onto our knees. We're going to inhale here. And as we exhale, let's just twist to the left a little, looking over our left shoulder, perhaps straightening the right arm. And then we're going to inhale through center. And then we're going to exhale and turn to the right. And inhale center. And we're keeping our hips nice and wide as we go from side to side. And then we'll inhale through center. And then we'll exhale to the right and bring it back to center. And then those in the mat, let's stand up straight again in our star. And then as you exhale, step to the front of your mat. And I will bring my arms and then come back down to mount. Very good. And we'll inhale our arms up. This time, as we exhale, those on a mat step back with their right foot. And those in a chair turn to the left. And again, we're keeping our shoulders relaxed and down, our arms and fingers pointed to the sky. And in this position, your hips are facing the bent knee. And we breathe. We'll inhale now and rotate to the side into warrior two. And again, our back leg is parallel to the mat. And we look down at our front knee and see where that's tracking. Is it collapsing in? Do our best to keep it towards the outer part of our foot. And breathe in and out. Inhale, flip that left hand, palm up, exhale, and reach back the right leg, keeping the left shoulder open. And then inhale back through center. And as we exhale, the left arm comes to the left thigh and the right arm comes by the right ear. And perhaps you look up at the sky or the ceiling and breathe. Then we'll inhale up, back through warrior two, and then exhale back to our goddess position, straight legs. We're gonna come first in star, and then we're gonna exhale down with our arms on our knees. Let's do our twists again, but we'll start to the right this time. Inhale, turn to the right, and exhale as we come through and go to the left. And we'll inhale through center, and we'll go to the right. And then we'll come on through and go to the left. And then we'll come back to center. And then we'll come up with our hands, and we're gonna step to the top of the mat again and bring our hands down into mount. Deep breath in and out. Let's inhale, arms up to the sky. And we'll bring our hands through heart center as we go into forward fold. And once we get with our knees bent, hands on the mat, make your way down to seated. However that makes you comfortable if you're on the mat. If we're in the chair, we might start by using our prop. If you're on the seat, on the mat, then if you can straighten your legs into a staff pose. So we have both legs initially straight. So I'm gonna put mine on my my prop here, it lifts my legs up a little bit. Take your right leg, bring it up. If you're in on the mat, you can just bring it to the side. So we're opening up that right hip. If we're on the chair, we'll just bring it in and open it up to the side. And we have our left foot flexed. Let's inhale our arms up, and then gently as you exhale, nice straight back. We're gonna lean just forward and then drop our hands to our leg. So we're stretching our hamstring on the left side. Breathe. And then as you inhale, very gently walk yourself back up your leg. Good, and then we'll switch legs. So we're gonna extend the right leg, flex foot, and then we'll bring that left leg in. And leave it open, and our hips are pointed forward, and we'll be hinging at the hip here. So we're going to inhale, arms up, and as we hinge at the hip, we have a nice straight back. And we reach our point where we just drop our hands. Breathe. Next inhale, can gently walk yourself back up. Very good. Now we'll just do a little bit of core work. So we want to have our knees bent if you're on the mat. And we take our hands and we're going to point our fingers towards our hips. And I'm going to scoot forward in the chair so that our hands are flat on the mat behind us. And then we're just going to begin by lifting one foot, right foot flexed and lower. And then the left and lower and right and lower. And just bring it as close to your chest as you're comfortable doing. And we'll do one more right on the, and then one more left. And then if you'd like any kind of challenge, we could remove the hands and then lift the right leg just a bit. And then lift the left leg. You can keep your hands on the chair mat if you prefer, and we're just gonna do one more. Very good. Now, let's very gently, if you're on a mat, roll yourself back or tuck your tailbone and lean on back. And in the chair, we're gonna sit back a little bit. We wanna have one, let's straighten the right leg. And let's take the left leg and bring it up and give it a hug. And we'll do that in the chair too. And now lower your left leg. And let's change. Bring your right knee up, give it a hug. Oh, good. Great. Now let's bend both knees again. And lift your right foot up and cross it over onto your left thigh, just above your ankle. It looks a bit like a figure 4 here. And this may be intense enough, and you could just stay right here and let gravity do its work. Make sure that your right foot is flexed to protect your knee. If you'd like a little more intensity and you're on the mat, as you inhale, you can lift your left leg up off the mat and grab behind your thigh, as Cheryl's demonstrating, or shin. And in the chair, we can just take our straight back and lean forward a little bit towards our leg. And breathe. Feel that hip releasing as you exhale. And then inhale, drop your foot back to the mat or sit up. And let's change sides. So we'll bring our right foot down to the ground and we'll take our left foot up and then cross onto the right thigh. Get it settled, let it relax. Make sure that left foot is flexed. And then if you'd like a little more intensity, inhale and raise your right leg, grab behind your thigh or shin. And if you're in the chair, lean forward with a straight spine. Good, and then release and bring your foot back to the ground. And sit up. Now for those on the mat, you can bring your soles of your feet together and let your knees open wide. And for those of us in the chair, we can use our prop again and take our feet up on top of our pillow or our block, and we'll put our soles of our feet together and just let our knees open as well. If this is a little intense, you could put either a blanket on either side of your knees underneath if you're on the floor, just to give them a little support. There, Cheryl's showing you how you can support those knees if needed. And just feel that opening we've done. And breathe in and out. Now, ever so gently, put your hands on the outside of your legs, at your knees there, and go ahead and help them kind of come back up to center, just in case they want to be a little cranky. And then, for those on the mat, you can raise both knees up into the air for happy baby, and we can reach on the inside of our legs. Cheryl will show you, and either grab just your shin or the outside of your foot, whatever's available to you. And just bring your knees a bit open. Again, feeling that stretch. For those of us in the chair, we'll put our feet hips-width distance apart, hinge at the hip, and bring our arms to the outside of our legs. Just feel your back release. And then again, gently lower your feet to the ground, or go ahead and push ourselves up to seated. Let's get ready for our Shavasana. So let's find a position that we can really relax in. If you're on a mat, if you have back issues, perhaps you'll put your feet with your knees bent and then tented together. If that's more comfortable, or your legs, of course, can be straight with your ankles open. Our arms are out to our side, either with the palm up for receiving, or perhaps down if you want that grounded feeling. And for those of us in the chair, we'll bring our feet hips-width distance apart and have a nice right angle in our knee. Sit back a little bit to have support from the chair. Hands on our knees, or again in our lap. And let's breathe. I invite you to close your eyes. Feel the cool air come in through your nose and warm air come out. Spend a few minutes integrating everything you just did. Bring your awareness to your feet and your ankles. They're relaxed and heavy. Your calves are loose. And your thigh muscles are just draped onto the thigh bone. And you breathe. Hips are heavy against the chair or the floor. And your shoulders and arms are relaxed. Your jaw is slightly parted, and perhaps your tip of your tongue might be right behind your upper teeth. Then you breathe. cheeks are loose and that spot between your eyebrows is smooth. Invite for any of those who feel they should stay in Shavasana to do so for as long as it serves them. And for others that are ready to move, feel some wiggle in your toes and your fingers. I invite you to turn on either side and a nice restful moment, perhaps in a fetal position, and breathe in and out. And when you're ready, make your way to a seated position once again. And one last time, let's close our eyes and bring our hands to heart center. I thank you for being here and sharing your practice with us. And please thank yourself for taking the time. My wish for you is an open mind, an open body, and an open heart. Namaste.